JBN, we keep you informed. Body found in Seaforth, St. Thomas with gunshot and stab wounds. The body of a man was found at his home in Seaforth, St. Thomas on Tuesday evening. He has been identified as 23-year-old Ricardo Smith, otherwise called Prince, a laborer of the captured land community in Seaforth. Smith's body was reportedly found by his sister, who had gone to visit him after not seeing him for a day, despite living close by. It is reported that upon entering the house where a brother lived alone, his body was seen lying on his bed in blood with what appeared to be injuries. The Seaforth police were alerted and the body was reportedly discovered to have gunshot and stab wounds to the face, neck and upper body. Smith was reportedly last seen alive about 8 p.m. on Monday, March 23 at a shop in his community. Senior citizen murdered in Ferry District. Since the start of the week, gunmen have been on a killing spree across the island, claiming at least 16 lives. Among the dead is 68-year-old Gladstone Campbell, who was shot at his home in Ferry District, St. Andrew, on Monday night. When a visit was made to the area, a small group of women sat beside a shop that the elderly man operated. They said that they are still in shock and are finding it difficult to come to terms with the death of Campbell, who they described as a hardworking and jovial individual. He was no troublemaker at all. He was a very hardworking man. He loved to give jokes. Even yesterday he was here with us giving us a joke out by the shop. He was a busy man who always burn him like a coal and raise him goat them. Right now everybody in shock, because none of we never expect this, one of his relatives said. According to police reports, residents alerted the police after hearing explosions in the area. Cops found Campbell, otherwise called Littlehead, in a pool of blood. He was later pronounced dead at hospital. Campbell is the second family member to die violently in recent times. In August, his 24-year-old daughter, Jodian Campbell, was shot to death just meters away from where her father took his last breath. Right upon this bench that I sit, his daughter was murdered last August. Our son was just 6 months old at the time. And none of us don't even get over that yet. I know this. Up to now, we don't even know why she was killed or who killed her, the family member said. Campbell's common-law wife took Jodian's death hard, and the family is afraid she could get worse. She at the hospital now for over 2 months because she took the death of her daughter really hard. She never get over it. We don't know how if we even tell her same dead. So for now, we're not telling her, the family member said. Campbell was one of 8 persons murdered on Monday. 7 of the murders were committed in parishes where there are states of public emergency. Outrage after names of cops in COVID-19 quarantine released online. The hierarchy of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, has launched an investigation following the reported release of a list of police officers said to be in quarantine over COVID-19 fears. The list was reportedly circulated online and includes at least 1 inspector, police sources said. In an internal communication sent to officers, Patrero, chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, said, "This list includes the names and information about some of our members who are said to be quarantined. We have reported this serious breach to the Commissioner of Police. This is a serious breach of trust and confidence, and the Police Federation is 100% against the sharing of this information, which puts our members at risk," said the chairman of the Federation, which represents rank and file police officers across the island. The High Command of the JCF has said that measures have been implemented to ensure the safety of police personnel against the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. Some 480 policemen and women have been trained and desensitized to be first responders and to be able to interact with individuals who have been infected with the dreaded virus, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said at a recent press conference. The commissioner also said supplies of gloves, masks, sanitizers, disinfectants, and sprays have been sent to police divisions across the island. Florida coughs up COVID-19 woes for Jamaicans. When Wilford Williams left Jamaica 3 years ago to join his Jamaican-born wife in South Florida, never in his wildest dreams did he foresee that he would be in a position of compromise regarding his health. America, he believed, offered better health care than his homeland, which has undersupplied hospitals. and then the novel coronavirus evolved. Wilford thought he'd escape the health dragnet, but on March 16 he started sniffling and sneezing. So did his wife Pamela. The coughs started and got worse. So the couple, while trying not to panic, sought the advice of relatives and friends and then informed their bosses that they were self-quarantining. I started to feel the effects of a high fever. My wife started too. Then the coughing and sneezing came on and our sinuses started to drain, he said. We knew that we had to be careful. COVID-19 has been responsible for more than 18,000 deaths and 415,000 infections worldwide, triggering panic, closing borders, and causing the global economy to sputter. The Williamses decided to seek first world health care, but to their surprise, when making inquiries about testing, they were told to ride out the storm. We went to the doctor and told him we needed to be tested, as we were showing signs of the virus. However, the doctor said we should just go home and self-quarantine, Wilford said. Robin Ricketts is a medical practitioner who works out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She too was born in Jamaica and now lives in the United States. Ricketts confirmed that there was no test available to identify SARS-CoV-2. What we do is to test for the flu, common cold, and other respiratory illnesses that we can test for. And if those are not present, then we deem you as infected with COVID-19, Ricketts, who herself was sniffling, said. That was Wednesday, March 18. By Friday, the Williamses were informed that there was a drive-through style testing facility in Pembroke Pines, an area heavily populated by Caribbean nationals, and his wife sought to get a nose swab. But by the time they arrived at that location, testing had finished and they had to retreat to their home. So now we do not know if we're infected or not. We just have to stay at home and hope for the best, Wilford said. The virus has caused a run on retail outlets in South Florida, leaving consumers short on supplies of bottled water, food items, hand sanitizers, cleaning chemicals, and the most important, toilet paper. Last Thursday, Williams called to report that his condition was improving. He had been advised by a Jamaican colleague to soak dried pimento berries, onion, garlic, honey, and apple cider as a remedy for his condition and take a spoonful each morning as a method to ease his discomfort. The Jamaican remedies work well. We're not coughing so much anymore and we're feeling much better, he said. I advise all those out there who have not felt any effects of this thing to make sure you eat up your garlic and increase your vitamin C intake. 26 confirmed COVID-19 cases in Jamaica. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has confirmed that Jamaica now has 26 COVID-19 cases. The most recent patient is a 70-year-old man from Clarendon. Tufton also stated that they are still seeking 600 rooms to be used for isolation in the fight against the virus. He added that the government is encouraging negotiations with hoteliers and property owners towards this end. As it relates to the quarantine arrangement for sections of Bull Bay, Tufton said the quarantine will be lifted on Saturday, March 28. Tufton urged Jamaicans not to lose hope or to assume that the government is not making progress. There may be more restrictions to come. The most effective response to the coronavirus is to minimize person-to-person contact, he said, adding that the restrictions will aid in flattening the curve of the spread of COVID-19. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie said that, so far, 284 medical workers have been fitted with N95 masks to protect them while they carry out their duties. Miami Herald ranks Jamaica among most prepared for COVID-19. Jamaica has been recognized among countries that were most prepared for the coronavirus by the United States-based newspaper, the Miami Herald. The Herald says Jamaica, Puerto Rico, El Salvador, Peru, and a handful of others responded to the crisis with forceful measures that seemed excessive just days ago but now seem prescient. It was noted that Jamaica was one of the first countries in the Caribbean to react to coronavirus after seeing its first case on March 10. It was further noted that the country barred flights from hot zones, restricted the movement of tourists, enforced quarantines for all new arrivals, and cancelled school, among other measures. It also put part of an entire town, Bull Bay, on lockdown. Is it working? Now, while Jamaica has 26 coronavirus cases, neighboring Cuba has 48, and the Dominican Republic has at least 312, according to Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. While health professionals say such draconian isolating measures are the only true safeguard against a novel virus, it is still too early to tell if the strategy is truly working. The stringent measures do have one clear benefit, however: they buy time. Jamaica has been using its measured response to buy ventilators, protective gear, and hospital beds, explained Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. Early in the day, we decided it was better to take fairly strong measures, starting with public education and then graduating into other restrictions in order to at least contain it, even while we prepare our public health system to deal with the inevitable, he told the Miami Herald. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.